Hello everyone, this is Korath Landwalker, and tonight, another exciting episode of Star Trek Online. Hey Ideas Fever, how are you doing this evening? Hope things are going well on your side of the monitor. We're going to be continuing the adventures of the warrior Zidane through his attempt to be diplomatic in the Delta Quadrant. That said, last week we discovered that Klingon diplomacy is really the wrong kind of diplomacy if you want to actually make alliances. Such are the occupational hazards of life. So, what do we have on tap? Well, we've got the Vaadwaur, who are still a problem out there. And we gotta, help kind of build the relationship with our alliances, so we're going to be a little busy. We have a couple patrols to run through, and then the next big chapter. But first, Administrivia. And I seem to have a bit of it, don't I? Let's see, I still have these expired sales that I should probably yank off of the exchange at some point. I really should go to the Genoan Dyson sphere and hit the mail there. Well, I will be getting kind of close there. It's over at the Zal system. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure that if I do the patrol menu, it'll just put me back here. We'll play it by ear. I got time. For the character, he's gotten a few reputation advancements here. New Romulus, which will let him get to Tier 1. So, yay! More available reputation traits. Let's see if we can keep the streak alive. Dyson Command. More ground reputation traits. I'm on a roll. And we'll collect that. And we'll keep the ball rolling there. Counter Command. Even more ground reputation traits. I will certainly have plenty to choose from. And we'll keep the ball rolling on this one. And finally, more significantly, the Delta Alliance. And we're going to get some space traits. Well, I've done pretty well today with the reputation, haven't I? Collect the reward for that. And we'll keep the party going on that one, too. Oh, yeah. I also have the competitive war games ones, which, is still rolling because why not? Now, since I've gotten those reputation traits, let's see. I have a number of space reputation traits that have opened up on me. When the heck did I get all these? Doesn't matter. Take them all. As far as ground reputation, let's see. Control resistance, doesn't matter. Increased damage while aiming. I don't aim nearly all as often as I should. Increased critical hit chance. Shield hit points. I don't know. I kind of like the ones I've got rolling right now. I could probably kick off the kinetic damage. And go with increased crit severity. Oh yeah. That sounds Klingon. but no active reputations because I gotta get to tier 5, and the odds of that happening anytime soon, well, let's just say it's not likely. And that's the only thing that's really outstanding as far as the character sheet goes. So let's go to the, well, the duty officer Admiralty R&D stuff. Hit the Admiralty first. We've got some wrapped up stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Didn't get enough for a specialization point. I'm surprised. That seemed to have happened a lot, but we seem to have slowed down there. Let's see. We don't have any tour of duties rolling here. So we're going to go hard on to the Federation one, particularly in light of the fact that if I get to level 5, I believe, yes, that'll open up another slot for my campaigns. Well, my assignment slots. So let's see if we can get ourselves a little further along. Looks like mostly balanced with some science, so let's... I'd love to take on the full advantage of that, but... No, I think we're going to use a couple more ships. Hey, I got the ships, why not? What else we got? This one looks entertaining. And I'm kind of going for the ones that are going to give me more of the campaign XP. Because as I get higher in the XP here, you know what, I'm not really sure what happens as I get higher in the XP. You know, you would think, I'm pretty sure that something would happen. I really don't know. I really don't recall the benefits of high levels in here. I don't know if that gives you better, more exotic missions or what. It's been a while. Ah, one ship, no waiting. Hey, Legend Eternal, how are you doing? I must avenge your death in Tarkov by eliminating the space ancestors of your mom's fat. I'm guessing that you had a hard time today playing Tarkov. It's just a guess. Ooh, ouch. Engineering. Let's take something that ignores engineering. That was just... Ugh. Well, somebody will be avenged upon, that's for certain, because we are Klingon, and we're all about honor, glory, vengeance, yada 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 yada. Okay, the yada 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 part really isn't a part of the whole thing, but doesn't matter. Let's see, a little more engineering. Maybe not that much engineering. Getting a lot of these special abilities of we get this if alone, and I don't really need that alone. And I've got one more slot, I think. Which hurts because, you know, I got this tour of duty just sitting here waiting for usage. And I can't get to it right away. Ah, there's an ignore science. Although, maybe a science cruiser of some kind. Close enough. Yep, there we go. We're out of slots. We'll have to wait for one of these to open up before I can do that tour of duty. And sadly, well, one of them's possible to open up, so... Oh yeah, and then we have the R&D where we are finally at level 10 engineering. Why is this such a big deal to me? Because level 10 engineering opens up this handy little thing here. Improved tech upgrades. let's see, I need to make coolant injectors for this. So I gotta do component stuff. Let's make 5. That'll just take a minute. A little less than a minute, but, you know, I'm rounding. And once I have them, I can whip up okay, I'm gonna have to assume I have multiple plasma capacitors. I'm not going to assume I have multiple plasma capacitors. Let's make a few of those too. You know what happens when you assume. But that won't take too long either. And then I can make myself a pack of those upgrades, and we'll see how they work for applying to, well, unfortunately they're not going to apply to anything yet because I have that engine, that impulse engine in my bank right now. Oops. That's okay. We're already planning on hitting the Dyson Spear anyway to take care of something or other. Why do I have unexpected friend in my mission list? Meet the Sub-Commander Cole. Oh, that's from the Dyson reputation. Right, okay, I'm set. I remember now. I used to think I was a pretty smart guy. Then I got old. Okay, here we go. Let's work on making some of the improved tech upgrades. Takes 10 minutes to roll these babies through, and oh, this hurts. I have to do them one at a time. Oh, that stings. That really stings. I wonder what happens if I... Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's rock it. 1. And 2. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure 2 is the most I'm going to be able to make because I'm pretty sure, yep, that I don't have any more research lab scientists. Okay, well, that takes care of all the administrivia for now. We'll look more into the... We'll pick up those upgrade kits after the next patrol. And for that, we're going to satellite defense at the Kelsid System Patrol. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the Q options, go into patrols, select Delta Quadrant, and we're going to select Satellite Defense, where we will get marks, experience, expertise, a bit of dilithium, and, since it's a daily, even more dilithium. Which is good because I'm pretty sure I'll need the dilithium to apply to those upgrade kits.
Wonderful! Someone actually heard the distress call. Thank you for coming to help us.
Right, what happened here?
Our convoy has a shipment of defense satellites for an installation in the Necrit Expanse. Unfortunately, one of our ships had some difficulty maintaining their warp field and had to stop to make repairs. We couldn't leave it behind. Normally this wouldn't be a problem, but a Vaadwaur scout ship detected us and offered to assist.
Did they? You know, the last time the Vaadwaur decided to say hello to the Talaxians, it didn't end well for the Talaxians.
I was surprised myself, to be honest. Things were going well, until Captain Felis mentioned that Vaadwaur was a Talaxal safe word for foolish, and wondered why we would need their help.
Yeah, that should have been a first sign.
You're telling me the Vaadwaur scout was furious. He promised he'd be back shortly with a whole fleet of ships to put us Talaxians in our place.
Yeah, I think we're going to probably try to help you out here because you need to get out of here before they get here.
Well, there's not enough time. We've already detected Vaadwaur warp signatures on approach. They'll be here soon. I have an idea. We have the defense satellites. We have no means of deploying them, but your ship could do it. You could transport them from our cargo holds and deploy them in a perimeter around the convoy. Should give us a fighting chance. What do you think?
Oh, it beats nothing. Let's see. Let's use my strategic maneuvering aura, because I have a feeling I'm going to need speed maneuverability here.
Excellent. Now, because they were packed for storage, the satellites will take a little time to set up and deploy. I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah. Any particular instructions on these things? You see, I'm going to do something that most engineers don't do. I'm going to read the manual. You'll begin by deploying the alpha, or primary turrets. After that, you'll deploy beta, or secondary. Finally, the gamma, or tertiary. You have a limited amount of time to deploy each type. Use your time wisely and do your best to cover as much area as possible. So, this is going to be somewhat rough.
Are you ready to start?
Yes, I'm here. I want to pick up the satellites now. I'm sure this isn't going to go poorly at all.
We've marked good locations for you to deploy defense satellites.
Okay, that's 1 alpha. 2 alpha. 3 alpha.
Defense satellites have been hot commodities as of late.
I'm hoping that one got deployed, because I'm not entirely sure if I was still in range. Yep, I got deployed. One to go.
Between the Borg, species 8472, the Vox,
Primary's
and the
done.
Valkyrie, one can never be too safe.
Secondaries. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest here. I have never succeeded in getting all of them armed. I've gotten the betas armed, but I don't think I've ever gotten the...
FotR patrol.
Well, and I can see we've got some folks here early. And naturally, they come on the side that I don't have coverage on. Okay, it looks like we're going to just have to deal. How about that? Managed to get that one open after all. Unfortunately, I still have that one that's kind of in the way. Probably get there faster if I cloaked, but... Come on, just a little further, just a little further.
They'll be here any second.
Yeah, stop helping. Talaxians.
Another FotR patrol. They must have made them angry. Angrier.
Yeah, no kidding. But on the other hand, I've gotten them all set up. Ha! Okay, time to go from maneuvering to raw, unmitigated violence. Got all the turrets running, so that'll make life easier. But easier does not necessarily mean easy. Still, they are doing a nice job. Now, you know, there was a little something I've noticed in the forum posts. Was it today or yesterday I read? That there's going to be a little bit of a change in intelligence abilities, both for the ships and for bridge officer abilities. And I haven't really read them through too much, but it sounds like they're going to be doing some significant improvements for some of them. For others, I'm still not 100% sure about, but I'm willing to give benefit of the doubt. Mainly it's because the intelligence specialization was literally the very first specialization that was introduced to the game. And because of that, it perhaps did not seem as good as some of the specializations that are in the game now. So you could say it was kind of coming up for a new set of balancing. My, that heavy artillery vessel doesn't look very happy. Let's make him less happy.
More bot bombs! Force it in!
Up. Okay, well let's give them the greeting of a lifetime. Or at least, a greeting to the end of their lifetimes. For today is a good day to die, if you're a Vodwar. Not for a Klingon, because for a Klingon today is a good day to blow you up. Those phaser cannons are doing their job. Gotta say, I'm really liking these defensive turrets. I don't know who the Talaxians got them from, but I really approve of it. Let's kick up my shielding. One of the little deep problems with changing one of my engineers to primarily Miracle Worker is I don't have access to my shield charge anymore.
Another group of bot ones! These are the last of them.
Yeah, you and me both. Up, and they're in two different waves here. That's not good. In fact, that's going to be potentially really awkward. I would love to stick around and keep this guy in tractor beam mines for the rest of the fight, but... Oh, come on. This guy was practically dead. There we go. Unfortunately, that's a group I really didn't want to be fighting. I want to fight this group because this is the group that has the active... Well, it doesn't have nearly as many active defenses as it used to. I'm guessing the bad guys have figured out that maybe they should take out some of those turrets. That's just a tad inconvenient. Ooh, not good. Brace for impact. Oh, not good, not good. Yeah, when I was caught in those constrictor anchors with none of my abilities active, yeah, that wasn't going to end well. When those constriction anchors kick off, plus the cluster torpedoes that these guys kick off, it kind of goes into the category of, ew. Well, it had been going swimmingly until then. Yeah, those cluster torpedoes, Hate them, hate them, hate them. There's not enough rage in the Klingon heart to properly describe my loathing and hate for these guys.
Just feel that. I think we can make it.
Oh, I'm glad he's confident. Oh, some of these assault vessels are fast little suckers. Let's see if we can slow them down. Maybe not. I guess my tractor mine's all vaped when I wasn't looking. Oh, no, not all of them. That's good. Come on, he's at 40-some%. Surely he can drop. Ah, the sound of victory. Unfortunately, victory does require me to take out a few more opponents. There's at least 4 ships that are still hostile. Maybe 5. Oh, let's get rid of that constriction anchor. I don't need to be focusing some power on me. Die, interdictor cruiser! There we go, 2 to go. Unfortunately, one of them is one of their artillery vessels, which are pretty potent. Oh, not good. Out. Oops. I might have blown him up a little early. And that leaves the artillery guy. Let's see if any of the tractor mines are in a better position. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this gravity conduction platform is one of the ones that are going to be reworked. Because quite honestly, the more I look at it, the more I have to think, it really sucks. Oh, not good. What is good, however, is that his shields are mush. I mean, they're even more mush than I am. And I'm pretty mush. Well, my ship has seen better days.
Thank you for deploying those satellites and saving us from the Boudoir. We wouldn't have had a chance without your help. The Boudoir aren't foolish after all. They're vindictive, powerful. I think we'll try to avoid them in the future.
Wouldn't that be a good idea? If only you'd thought about that the first time. Alright, so let's grab those competitive marks because I'm insane and I'm still working that reputation up. And we will leave the system with our assorted patrol rewards. I see we've got a few things I've completed, including those tech upgrades. Let's get a couple more of those into queue here, shall we? And I just go right by it. And that'll be ready in another 10. Which leaves us with the Zal system. And yeah, we're in the exact same spot, so we didn't travel any real distance there. You know what, though? We will travel on this one, because I do want to get... why am I not autopiloting in the right direction? Okay. Forget that plan. Come on, guys. Zal System Patrol. The Blockade Runner. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure it's not being chased by Star Destroyers. And we get the painfully slow loading screen. Painfully slow. Don't understand it. Sometimes the map is pretty simple and it takes forever to load. Sometimes it's an absurdly complicated one and it goes like that. I don't get it.
Repeat, we are under attack by the FotR. Can anyone hear us? We need help.
Of course you are. What's your problem?
Our status.
Oh my god, if this is what I think it is.
An unjustified attack. We're trying to evacuate, but the FotR have established a blockade. The ships and shuttles we have left to evacuate with are being taken out by heavy cannon fire. Innocent people are dying. Look, we won't last much longer. Please, help us.
Now this is one of the crazy missions, so... well, we'll go into detail on it as we go along, but this is going to be rough.
Many thanks, and be careful. The FotR have set up heavy artillery cannons in orbit and are blasting anything that gets in range. Some of our ships are trying to break through the blockade. With your help, they might be able to make it. Hurry, those FotR butchers won't stop until there's no one left alive here.
What do you require?
We need a beacon. It'll provide a waypoint for our evacuating ships. Once they have an escape location, the convoy ships will need protection. Keep them safe long enough for them to get away.
That's right, it's an escort mission. Joy. Now, interestingly, we have a Krenim warship here, which I find interesting because the Kremen have been wiped out, from what I understand. So I'm not entirely sure what they're doing here. Well, you know what? I leave that to the folks who put the missions together.
We're reading your beacon signal now.
I can't blame the developer. Well, I can't blame the narrative team on this
ships
one.
need repairs before they can escape the blockade.
Of course they
Our
do.
ships are about to break through. Please cover their escape.
So, gotta defeat Vodwar and repair damaged
Attention all
ships.
ships. Voth forces have followed raider vessels to this system. This is now an active combat zone. Any ships that do not leave will be targeted.
Yes,
Focus
because,
on
you
the
know...
FotR's. They're gone. The Voth should leave.
Yes, because, you know, life wasn't complicated enough before the Voth showed up, too. And for a minute there, I thought that maybe, just maybe, they would be a benefit for a change. What the hell was I thinking? Well, gotta deal with... oh, and there's one of the Voth ships right there. Yep. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Oh, awesome. Now I'm being posed by someone's science ability that's sucking away my power. There are days when I really hate the Voth. On the bright side, though, the Voth hate the Vodwar as much as they hate us. And the Vodwar hate the Voth as much as they hate us, so... that may have worked out for the best. Alright, let's repair this vessel.
Warning. Artillery incoming.
Up.
Exit area immediately.
Yeah, see that? That's something that's going to pop up more and more frequently.
We can make it from here.
In fact, I'm kind of surprised it waited that long. It's possible that they...
Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately.
and that takes care of that. I was getting ready to say maybe they nerfed the mission so it didn't happen so often. Yeah, maybe not. Oh well. Oh, not good. Get out, get out, get out. Oh yeah, active rooms. Those are fairly nasty things.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area.
Out, 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 out. Oh, I'm shooting at a Voth ship again. Ah, well, I didn't really like them anyway. Watch out for those rocks! Hey, Cap, how are you doing? Hope all's well with you today. We are currently helping a number of evacuees escape this planet from a Vodwar blockade. Unfortunately, the Voth have decided to come and, quote-unquote, help.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area.
For example, little details like that where they're chucking artillery at me. Okay, technically they are chucking artillery at anybody around, but I take it personally. Now the good news is that in Star Trek Online, hitting an asteroid is usually not fatal like it is in certain other games which will remain nameless.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately.
I'm working on it. Stupid Voth.
Engines are online. We're getting out of here.
Wisdom of the Ages. Alright, time to pick on more Vodwar. In fact, let's see if we can actually make use of my handy-dandy ambush abilities. And rack up a couple kills that way. Oh, I'm shooting the Voth ship. You know, if you guys would just stay out of the bloody field of battle, I wouldn't shoot you all the time. Especially when you're presenting yourselves as hostile to begin with. Vodwar. I can live with fighting the Vodwar. Having to deal with a Voth, too, at the same time. Ugh. Voth, 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 Krenim. Why am I aiming at Krenim? Why was a Krenim ship hostile? I mean to take things a little personal like. And I see there's another Voth. Okay, I should be out of range before that happens to hit. Okay, one more Vodwar vessel, and hopefully, the Voth will go away. I admit I'm a little optimistic. It's Hurston Security! Yeah, they might as well be. They might as well be. For those unfamiliar, Hurston Security is my main nemesis, you could say, in the game of Star Citizen. Find out about that on Saturday afternoon. I do streams at that point in time.
Thanks
More
for
on
the
that
assist.
near the end of the stream.
Leaving the war zone.
All right, they're out. Excellent.
That's all of the stragglers. If you rejoin the fleet, we can make our escape.
Oh, I believe I will. Thank you. And to ensure that I don't have any surprises, we will go cloaked. Not that I don't trust Vodwar ambushes, but it's a burden being right all the time.
Please, protect our fleet so we can escape.
Kapla! Yeah, it got crowded here awfully fast, didn't it? Why are my mines not working? Oh, the good news is that... Okay, I'm not entirely sure there's any good news to be found here, but... There we go. I have no idea why I couldn't kick him off originally. Thank God for a long activation time. Oh yeah, got him good. He's going down. He's going down. Speak with Colonial Governor. I would love to speak with Colonial Governor, but I'm a little bit busy right now. I'd be more than happy to chat with the Regional Governor once we've blown up the Vodwar. Okay, good news, good news. We're thinning them out. With any luck, the tide will have turned. Better news is, and I realize I'm probably taunting fate by saying this, but so far nobody's kicked off any of those massive cluster torpedoes. Yes, I realize that, saying things like that is just asking for trouble, but what can I say? I can't help myself. If I ever reached a point where I stopped taunting fate, it would just feel wrong. Oh, awesome. Good news and bad news. Good news is we're down to 1. Bad news is my ship looks like hell. Let's pull ourselves away.
You're a real lifesaver. Our evacuation ships are safely on their way. We even managed to get away with some critical supplies. Thank you.
You realize we still have a fight going on here, right?
Once we've regrouped, I'll send scout ships back to look for any stragglers. Perhaps one day we'll retake our colony. But for today, I'm just glad my people are alive.
Well, glad to hear it. The Vodwar are breaking off. I don't see them breaking off. So we're going to stay here until the job is done. Because a Klingon warrior is not going to leave a mess behind. We'll cloak up though, because hey, might as well get that sweet ambush bonus. No, you don't. There will be no escape for you. You had the unmitigated gall. Not to be confused with Gaul, the Vodwar itself. To try to attack this colony under Klingon protection. So clearly you are going to have to pay for it with your life. And now the Vodwar are no longer a concern. Now we will leave. And yeah, we grabbed the competitive marks on this one too, even though it was only a little bit. So, like more of those tech upgrades. Do I still have any? Yes, I still have parts left, so 1. Do I have enough for 2? No, I don't, but that's okay. That's okay. 5 is enough, hopefully, to see just how good a situation this is. Also, this would be a good time to note that I have managed to complete a personal endeavor, as opposed to, you know, the universal ones, which are up here. And it's the easy variation as opposed to the medium and hard variations. Let's see what they are, since I'm only getting bits here. Oh, there we go. Universal, defeat 10 commanders or captains on the ground. That's kind of iffy. Heal health ground. Well, that's possible. I get credit for what my bridge officers do, so that's possible. Destroy Borg ships. Yeah, that's not happening. Seriously? Destroy Borg ships? Sometimes I wonder about how these things get assigned. So, possible, highly iffy, highly iffy. Not a chance in hell. But since I do have it, let's open it up and see what I got. I'll either get dilithium, energy credits, a choice of marks, R&D materials, or a specialization point. Odds are high it's going to be energy credits because, you know, that's the suckiest choice of the list. They say 1 random entry, but I'm reasonably sure that they're not equally measured. R&D materials, okay, the second most sucky one. You win some, you lose some. Or more than some, as the case may be. Alright. You've taken care of the patrol, and now it's time to go to the next mission on the list. Yeah, you didn't think I chose this title from today's stream by just, you know, picking it out of a hat, did you? No. Let's begin the revolution.
We've received a coded message from your Vodwar friend, Commander Eldex.
Friend is pushing it.
He's finally ready to help us. He wants to meet, and he asked for you by name. He said he wouldn't deal with anyone else. I'm still skeptical, however. This wouldn't be the first time the Vodwar have tried to set a trap for us. So be careful. I've spoken to Admiral Tuvok, and he suggested that 7 of 9 could join you as a technical expert. I see no reason why she shouldn't. And if things go wrong, it will
Really?
be good
Because
to have an ally you can trust.
I can only see one reason why to have her along as a technical expert.
It's not Vodwar space, but there is a Hirogen relay in the area. Watch out for unwanted guests.
Fine. If we have to take another Federation. Yes, I know she's not technically Starfleet, but she's still Federation. We will get our usual trifecta: experience points, expertise, and lithium, and one of a pair of useless weapons. Okay, I admit they're not useless, but I almost never use Tetrion weapons. To be fair, this is mainly because I'm kind of hardcore in my choice of starship weapons. If I'm in a Klingon ship, I go towards disruptors. If I'm in a Romulan ship, I tend to play with plasma. If I'm in Starfleet, gotta do phasers. Now, if I have a ship that kind of doesn't fall into any of those neat categories, and I do have access to a number of ships that don't fall into that list. In fact, let's just take a quick look, shall we? Reclaim rewards. I've got, thanks to various events and stuff that I've done over the years, I've got access to a number of special requisition pack ships, including my most recent acquisition, the Zarok Alliance Carrier, which I still haven't given to any of my characters because haven't really had a character really to make use of that yet, and it may be a while. A Ryzian luxury cruiser from one of the summer blockbusters. The Temur Alliance Raider, most notable for Admiral Tellel's use. The Kittimer Alliance Battlecruiser. A Ryzian Corvette. A Vulcan T'Pau scout ship. And a Breen Plestral Heavy Raider. Oh, and another Ryzian Corvette. You see, there was there's a tier 6 version, but before there was a tier 6 version, there was a tier 5 version. And that's what I have there. Moving along. One of 3 variants of Dyson science destroyers. Back when you could actually get a hold of them without having to go through Fleet Starbase stuff. Or fleet holdings. Kobali Samsar Cruiser, Krenim Science Vessel. I have a whole bunch of stuff here. And if I were to use any of these vessels, I feel a lot more open as to what kind of space energy weapon that I would use. But, clearly, I'm not using that now. So, the Molniya system. Let's go and see what Eldrix wants to jaw about. Home to a non-warp capable species of little consequence, the Molniya system is more well known for the for the significant deposits of dilithium and deuterium that can be found on Molniya 6. The Hierarchy have launched several mining expeditions to the system, but their efforts have been thwarted by packs of Herogen hunters. They are investigating whether the cost of outfitting a completely automated operation would cut too deeply into their profits. Let us pray that the Hierarchy never meet the Ferengi. Now, I just also want to point out, this is literally at the far end of our available space in the Delta Quadrant. Here's where we started from. There was a couple of things we could do up here. And then we're about as far away as we can possibly get. So, good times. Captain, we're being hailed by both Voyager and Commander Eldrix's ship. Put him on screen.
Greetings. Admiral Tuvok has requested I assist you for the duration of this mission. Admiral Tuvok understands this may upset Eldrix, so I shall be the only one who leads. Voyager will maintain its distance. I am ready for transport.
Very well.
Let's go over the point of this operation. Gaul has called all available supremacy leaders to Cartella. I do not know how many of my people are infected with those creatures we saw there, but I'm sure there is more than one. We need to expose them for the abominations they are.
Ah, I see where you're coming from here. You want to broadcast the proof using the Herogen communications to the rest of your species, which you hope will rise up, overthrow them, and then you can continue on killing everybody else. Did I say the quiet part out loud?
The Supremacy is keeping a tight control on all subspace transmissions. We'll need control of the array to broadcast what we find on Cartella to not only my people, but the entire quadrant. To control the array, we need to control one of the Hirogen ships. Make sure to leave the one I have marked reasonably intact.
Complain, complain, complain. Fine, we'll leave one intact. It was not my choice, but... Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay, there's the marked ship.
Intruding Barrage ships, you have trespassed in Hirogen space.
We're here for the array. Back off and you won't get hurt. Hey, I'm a Klingon. I think we've already talked about Klingon diplomacy earlier.
This is our space, and this is our array. No trades, no compromises, no mercy.
Your terms are acceptable. Boy, I saw those cluster torpedo things go up, and I just automatically go, oh, nuts. Yes, they're on our side, but man, I still get that nervous feeling. That said, I have taken a little bit of hits on that initial attack. So let's... Okay, things are not looking great here. Come on, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 19%. Excellent. Surely I can handle being in a fight with only 22% of my health remaining. And that just leaves the marked ship. The one that we're, you know, not supposed to completely destroy. Yeah, well... They may have annoyed me a little much. We'll bring on a few Klingon Okay, one Klingon reinforcement, but to be fair, he's in a Negvar. %, and let's pop that up. 42%. My health is improving. Well, looks like he's subdued.
We need to board the Hirogen ship and take the communications console on the bridge. I can use that to take control of the array.
Reasonable plan.
I have extensive experience with these systems. I will beam down to aid in the operation of the Hirogen ship. Are you ready to proceed?
Fine. Beam me over. And... Yeah, I want Balera on this one. This is an assault mission. Therefore, and since 7 is doing all the tech work, I don't need my engineer. And the only people who are going to need hospitalization is, hopefully, are the Hirogen on board. Now you'll note that we are taking a disgustingly long time to load up. And you'll see just how disgusting this is once we get the map up, because when the map loads in, you'll wonder, why did it take this long to load up this map? Are you ready?
We need the communications console intact.
There's the map.
Whatever else happens is of no concern to me.
That's the entire map. Seriously, guys. Optimize the code.
must first disconnect the console from the ship's data network.
No. First, we must open the door. Next. I just love how that Hirogen was just hammering on his console there. Ah! Surprise attack! Somebody was surprised. Looks like can't open that door, which means it'll probably open at random at some point. Oh, there's another guy who's just sitting there completely oblivious to the fact that people were shooting behind him. Apparently, they don't have much in the way of a hearing apparatus. Alright, let's see. Disconnect data network hub.
We also need the isolinear storage assembly. It will be behind a locked door on the bridge.
Oh, you mean like this one? Hi there! And that takes Kim out. Disconnect, disconnect, disconnect. We should disconnect the power to the console. I'll find the primary EPS conduit. Oh, how convenient. It's right here. What is it with these globes for their tech? Cut console structural support. Okay. Slice, slice, slice. And beam it to Eldex's ship.
Transporter standing by. Transport complete.
Excellent.
We have the console. There is no way the FotR will allow a Klingon vessel into our space. Cartella defenses have been upgraded since your last trick with the holo projector. Take one of the ships in my fleet. Send yours away. You can contact it once we've completed our mission. I will beam over some of your crew to assist you when we get to our destination.
I don't like it, but it's his plan. It's his, he's the only game in town.
We'll scuttle the Hirogen ship so they won't know the console is missing. Then we can continue on to Cartella for the meeting. I have loaned some officers to attend to the duty stations on the frigate you now command.
So that's right, I am now flying a FotR frigate. And it's worth mentioning that, and this will surprise nobody, that this was, I'm pretty sure, the Lockbox Ship of the Week when this episode was first released. So naturally, they advertised it by having it feature in this mission. It's not the first time they've done something like that. Not the last. I had absolutely no interest in it, so I didn't bother. Although, I have to admit, you see this little button over here? Light Cannon Barrage. It's those cluster torpedoes, guys. We get to see what it's like to use it on the other guys for a change. Alright, I'll deal with the Hirogen ship. Now that we don't need it anymore. Yeah, I suppose I should move things around on the tray here.
I'm picking up an incoming Benthan vessel on long-range sensors. Our ships are out of range, and we are in a FotR vessel. It is unlikely the Benthans will give us a chance to explain the situation.
I can see how this might be a problem.
They are not altering course. Disabling their vessel may be the only option.
Hail them audio only.
Attention, FotR vessels. You are in violation of several codes of conduct in this area of space, and your ships have been identified as perpetrators of crimes against the Benthan Guard and its protectorates. Stand down and prepare to be boarded.
Allies or not, nobody boards my ship. Let's get the power altered a little bit.
They cannot escape this system.
On the contrary, I'd kind of like them to escape the system because I really don't want to have to deal with them long term.
There is no need to destroy that ship.
Let's see how you guys like it.
You may
Oh,
have
that's
a
right.
quarrel with the Benthams, Eldix. We do not.
I will not
I've
let
jammed
the
the
plan
Benton
be
ship's
ruined.
communications so they can't signal for help. You know what needs to be done. No one can know what happened here.
So you're suggesting that I slaughter one of our allies.
Unacceptable. The Benthans are performing their assigned duties and have no way of knowing who or what we are. Sensors are detecting damage to the ship's long-range communications array. It will be days before they can restore warp power or send out a signal. We can leave now, complete our mission, and then return later to assist the Benthans.
I don't know if I'd go as far as returning to assist them, but they should be able to work it out, and it will take them days.
That's not a risk I'm willing to take. They're in range of the Hirogen array. They could tap it to send out a call for help, or disable our modifications. The Hirogen could return and discover what happened, and if another Vodwar fleet finds them, there will be questions none of us want to answer. The Benthans must be silenced.
Let me see. For one thing, we just took out a large chunk of the important parts of their communications. Well, no, that's not true. We took it out of the ship. We need the communications of their array. Still, their comm systems are already wrecked. Next, the Hirogen returning, at which point we're hosed anyway, because they'll go in and disable our modifications. If a Vodwar fleet finds them, well, they're probably just going to be dead. No, we leave them alone.
We can put him in our brig or tow his ship away to buy ourselves more time. There is no need for more bloodshed.
Why did I read the first option and just think of a different vocal intonation for it? If he lives, he could be an ally for you against the infected Vodwar. I'm sorry, I just had Vader vibes. But he would be a powerful ally.
They
But
do not need to die.
Eldix is a bit of a jerk.
I trust you won't be so squeamish in the future. There is more riding on this plan than the lives of a handful of so-called peacekeepers.
Yeah, we're gonna put this in the tally mark on the kill you later ledger.
The Borg place very little value on the life of one individual. Captain Janeway and the crew of Voyager showed me that that belief was incorrect. Given all they have been through, I had hoped Commander Eldix would place more value on the lives of others. It appears that his concern only extends to other Vodwar. Watch him carefully. Eldix cannot be trusted.
Oh, I disagree somewhat. I think he can be trusted to help us get the parasites out of his people. After that, all bets are off. Captain, I have the coordinates from Eldix, and we can leave as soon as you're ready. Let's go. Flying the Vodwar vessel. Honestly, Vodwar internal security needs some serious work. First, we managed to penetrate into their operational base with a holo emitter, and now we're doing the same kind of thing with a stolen ship. It's good to be a Klingon. The Klingons may not have an equivalent for the Trojan horse.
Gaul has increased security
But
since
this
your
will work
last
just fine.
visit. Let me do the talking.
As you wish. So we're going to approach the world of Cartella. Ooh. I think an Admiralty mission just wrapped. While we're working our way across, let's get that tour of duty thing out of the way. Oops, looks like we're being hailed. Let me just take care. Let me just take care of this first, Eldex, before we get involved. And that'll be the tour of duty assignment. Okay, we move on.
Verification code 109947.
Verification accepted. Due to heightened security, all ships are required to reduce speed below full impulse for security scans.
As
One
you
hurdle
wish.
cleared. Continue to the manned security checkpoint.
Now, while I can't do full impulse, I can make use of these power allocation icons to increase the power to my engines. The first row here is weapons, shields, engines, and auxiliary. I put more power in the engines.
Disengage your engines and provide the proper security codes.
I've been here many times, and I've never needed to submit my codes.
My predecessor was more lax in her handling of security measures. She has paid the price for her errors in judgment. What is your security code?
We may have a problem.
Verification code Alpha 4742. Commander Eldex and squadron reporting. Do not make me late for the meeting.
Right on, Commander.
Code accepted, Commander Eldex. Take your squadron to the marked position on the outer orbit ring.
Ignore the scans. Fly like you belong here.
Fly casual, in other words. Gotcha.
Good thing you didn't try to use a hologram again, isn't it?
Yeah, especially one supplied by Quen.
There's 67 ships in this system. That is more than expected.
And significantly larger ships, too.
Gaul's planning something big. This must be the start. More ships, or just more reasons not to get caught?
Oh, good. For a minute there, I thought I was going to bounce off that ship.
There are more ships in the system than I had
Trust
anticipated. But we can't stop now. Leaving would only make us look suspicious. I'm transmitting. I am after one goal: the liberation of my people from these monsters.
I need to work on the timing of their vocal dialogues there.
Security is scanning for such tricks on ships. I will do anything to achieve that, including betraying Gaul to save us all.
Yeah, suddenly I'm
It is
really
time for
missing a
someone
cloaking
with a
device.
stronger resolve to take up the cause that Gaul has abandoned.
Okay, see there, Eldex? That is not putting you on my good side. Okay, the good news is I can have a few more of my crew this time around. Valera is coming along, Valkrev is coming along, but I'm afraid that Siege is being left behind in favor of Sarek, my good doctor, who replaced my earlier Gorn doctor, possibly by means that's probably best not to consider. There's a reason why there was a trope once upon a time called Klingon promotion.
Here,
They may still
use
exist,
these holo
actually.
projectors. Security is so focused on keeping intruders out of our space that they won't be looking for trouble on the ground. But try not to act suspicious. Our soldiers aren't as dumb as you seem to think they are. You'll need to place these emitters around the leaders, which when activated will emit a low-level delta radiation pulse that should disrupt their isoboramine neurotransmitters, forcing their parasites out for a short period.
Short period. Define short period.
You'll also need to place recording devices, so everything that happens is transmitted to the quadrant. I'll stay here with the transmitter and monitor your progress. This is more than a simple briefing. Gaul might even be here in person, so don't get caught. We're all dead if you do.
Yeah, you know what? You do your thing, we'll do our thing. You can expect that our part will be successful. So, let's activate the holographic disguise and... Bam! Now we all look like Vodwar. Well, most of us look like masked Vodwar, except 7 of 9, who looks like the only female Vodwar I think we've ever seen. So, let's just march our way. Cheerful as you please. Need to be aware of the Undine, huh? Hey, yeah, you guys better be aware. We belong here. There's nothing to see here. Let's start slapping these recording devices into place. Or disruptors, actually. Do those first. And number 2. And we've got 4 of these, so... The other ones are downstairs. Oh, look. Does this look like a prime viewing location or what? Yes, yes, you're a little early. Excuse me, excuse me. Coming through. Coming through. Just doing inspections, don't mind us. We just work here, Mac. Lay alone. Okay, recording devices. They're a little smaller on the map, but okay. Using the bigger map will occasionally be of benefit. And looks like recording device over here for number 1. And number 2 is, unsurprisingly, on the exact... Oh, okay, so much for exact other side.
You'll need to set up a signal booster so we can transmit our signal through the base's electronic security. There's a power console near to where the leadership is addressing the troops. Tie the repeater into the conduits there.
Find console, install signal booster. Simple enough for even a Vodwar to do. Yes, I figure if he can be snide towards me, I can be snide towards him.
Hey! What are you doing? No one is allowed back in.
If we're finished here, I suggest we return to the crowd.
Yeah, well, we're still working on that. Oh, thank heavens. For a minute there, I thought our Holographic Disguise would really hose and then we'd be up the creek. And meanwhile, Seven, who was busy being snotty earlier, apparently can't get herself off of a ledge. And apparently regrouping bridge officers doesn't help that. Oh well, we tried. You're on your own, Seven. Must be that Borg superiority in action. Oh look, we're going to get the best seat in the house. It'll also give us a great spot to, you know, run away from if things go... Wait a second. Run away? We are Klingons! We don't run away! We do, however, occasionally do tactical withdrawals, so we'll see what happens. Up, and there they are. I'm in position.
Hear the words of our great leader, go!
Sir!
What do you want?
Someone found the guard. Quick, activate the device.
We've been busted. Ah, figures. We got everybody but Gaul.
What's happening?
But yeah, there they are.
They're monsters! No, you did this! Traitor!
Oh, they turned on him pretty fast, didn't they?
Who are you? Monster! Seymour! Beast!
Enough! Why are you letting your eyes deceive you? This is a plot by our enemies. They're trying to divide us. I say no. We will stand strong, united. We are Vodwa, and we will conquer our enemies.
Charles right! This is insane! I'll stand with you! No, don't the betrayer!
You know, this didn't necessarily work exactly as we planned, but...
I see some of you are still loyal to our cause. The rest, you are cowards and traitors unworthy to be called Vodwa. Kill them.
Well, this worked out better than I thought. Unfortunately...
I think our time here is done. We should make our way to the extraction point.
Yes, I think so too. Let's... Oh, I see someone's managed to get herself out of the, ledge there. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, fine. We'll get into a fight. Why not? It wouldn't feel right if we, you know, didn't leave without at least slaughtering a bunch of Vodwar. Although I certainly hope nobody notices I'm using a Kobali weapon here. That would probably look bad. I think we have worn out our welcome.
Get out! Get out now!
Yes, I think you've hit the general gist of my plan.
I need to rally my people. The ones who aren't infected and who are willing to fight. The parasites will crush them if someone doesn't act. My allies are holding one of the space docks in the outer perimeter. Help me get there. I'll start coordinating the fight from there, and you'll be able to return to your ship.
Follow us. We'll get you to the space dock. Well, we'll try to get you to the space dock. We do have one essential problem, however. Everybody hates everybody. But maybe if they're all busy shooting at each other, they won't notice the one vessel that's not getting involved. Heck with it. Full impulse. What are they going to do now, huh?
We need to confirm the transmission made it to the array. Incoming hostiles. Handle them.
Oh, handle them, it says. Okay, let's see how you guys like getting hit by your little torpedo spreads. Not so fun to be on the receiving end, is it? It's petty revenge, I know, but sometimes these things just happen. Escape the system. Well, that kind of says it all, doesn't it?
The transmission signal is strong, and it's reaching the Hirogen communications array. Now all Vodwar will know about the corruption among us. You should go. I need to prepare my people for the fight ahead.
Have fun with that, Eldix. In the meantime, we need to get out.
I am in contact with Voyager, and it is waiting with your vessel outside this system. We need to depart immediately.
Yes, I agree. Especially with the part that says, immediately. Now would be a good time. Well, that was an interesting broadcast, Dahar Master. Half the quadrant's talking about it, and the rest are trying to find a way to claim responsibility for it. It would have been better if you had could have exposed Gaul as well and taken down the Vaadwaur leadership in one act. But we'll take what we can get. The Vaadwaur are in chaos, and if they're fighting one another, they're not fighting us. That will give us some room to maneuver. So, the value on both weapons is the exact same, so it doesn't really matter which one I pick up. Now let's see. Okay, so I think we have another patrol set of missions rolling up here now. So let's see what we have to say.
Our alliance is going to need more help if we want to succeed against the Vaadwaur. We'll need to make pacts with other species in the quadrant, and not everyone is going to see this our way. That's where you come in. Go out there and show them the value of cooperation.
Or, you know, the value of having their butts kicked if they get in our way. It's a wrapper mission, so the bulk of the fun coming from here is going to come from the patrol mission, and there's only one. Tempting targets in the Kinbar system patrol. So, once again, we go to the patrol menu, Delta, and look for the Kinbar system. Oh, close flyby.
Reported a high incidence of raiders and piracy here. Their vessels are under vault protection.
That's a switch.
Any acts of aggression toward them will be dealt with harshly.
Oddly, we tend to be on pretty good terms with the Teray, so, you know, there's no problem here.
Good. Be advised that there are Teray fighters inbound for trade relations with the hierarchy. Our escort vessels will be matching your position soon. Interference with Teray commerce will not be tolerated.
What's the hierarchy up to?
Let me step in and answer that. Director Flynn, Economic Projects Management. The system is a hub for profitable trade with many partners. Unfortunately, profit attracts criminals. Security measures are being enacted to restore law and order to the system. Until those go into effect, the hierarchy is grateful for your assistance with those, concerns.
You know, a little while ago I was saying that these guys would get along with Ferengi just fine. But now I'm thinking maybe not. I think the hierarchy are more bureaucratic than profit-minded. I mean, profit's, you know, what they're out for, but it's a different methodology.
We have several trading partners, including the Talaxians, the Hazari, and the Teray. Some of them have signed contracts with independent security providers, such as the Voth. A wise choice, perhaps, if not a costly one.
Yeah, speaking of the Voth, what's the nature of that arrangement? I never really got the full story behind that.
We have a strategic arrangement with the Teray. They are a protectorate of the Voth. They have requested our aid in this system, and they will have it.
And you actually showed up this time, too. Captain Cull, I salute you. You at least are behaving honorably towards your allies, which is more than I can say for many members of your species, who have more or less ignored them. We will assist you. So, let's go see the first freighters. I'm sure nothing horrible will happen here. That this will be a completely innocuous and innocent meeting with no interference from pirates or Vaadwaur or anything horrible like that. Yeah, I don't believe that either. All the boring stuff happens outside of missions.
Our escort has arrived, and you as well.
Well, there's a backhanded compliment if I ever heard one. Doesn't matter, however.
This is outrageous. Teray are thieves. They stole
Malon.
supplies that were supposed to be ours. Listen closely, because I'm only going to say this once. Turn the supplies over to me, immediately, or I will have no choice but to open fire.
That sounds like a challenge. We are ready, for we are Klingon! And you will know our wrath. bad enough that he happened to have the temerity to assault a Klingon battlecruiser. But then you compounded it by also getting the Voth involved. There was just no way this was going to end up well for you. I'm thinking no. So the Malon want to poke their noses in. At least they're not Vadwar. We can handle Malon. Especially with the Voth being involved. I mean, let's face it. The Voth may suck as allies. But when they're cooperating, they kick butt. We look like we took a little bit of a hit there, but we're still kicking. We're still fighting. And the bad guys, they're still in trouble. Ooh, on the other hand, so am I. In fact, there are an awful lot of weapons converging on here. Remember what I said earlier about the Voth? There we are. It's trying to figure out where the heck they've gone. Let's get some Klingon reinforcements. Yeah, there we go. Having a Negvar show up has definitely turned the tide. Get a bit more repair work done. My hull took a bit of a beating.
Alpha Quadrant allied. Ha!
Bad news is that if we don't have more bad guys showing up, my reinforcement is going to bail on us.
That completes our run. We'll wait for our trade contact here.
As you wish. Let's move on to the Hazari.
Much obliged for the escort.
Yeah, the Hazari aren't really fond of us right now, ever since we kind of hosed them over. We kind of busted one of their little schemes a little while back, like last week. Where they were hoping to con the Benthans into having one of their pirates get free reign with all their computer access codes and stuff like that. We kind of stepped on that.
If it's not too much trouble.
Yeah, like I said, they aren't really happy with us. Let's pop the cloak for a second. And pop out of cloak and do some damage. Okay, the part about doing some damage, that was supposed to be damage to them, not to me. I am definitely going to need to rethink my Miracle Worker abilities here. Because they're not really doing me much good. At some point I'll have enough specialization abilities to make new kit modules for these characters, or train them in different abilities. And that'll make a bit of a difference. But right now, not exactly highly impressive. And we are still taking a bit of a weapon here. Okay, get out, get out, get out. And cloak. Ooh, we are hanging together by a tiny strand. Down, we got all the way down to 2% health. And unfortunately, I can't have my engineering team fix anything else while I'm under cloak. Careless of them. Ah well. Klingon gotta Klingon. Okay, start continuing the repair work here because, yeah, I'm not picking up that lockbox. I pick up too many of them by accident as it is.
Excellent. We've completed our transport. Afraid it's time for the next step. You should know, we've got a secondary contract here, and you're about to be a big part of it. Well, until our new business partners blow you to pieces.
Hazari's got a Hazari. Battle stations! If they wish to die, then let us accommodate them. We will not let such dishonorable scum be victorious against a Klingon battlecruiser. Considering that 3 of the 4 ships are dust, the 4th one on deck.
Raiding another group of raiders inbound to the trade facility. Ready to intercept.
By all means. Man, it is such an unusual feeling to be working with the Voth. It still gives me a strange sensation. Oh, no. I may be out of range of the one I was firing on, but you'll do just fine. It is such a novelty to have the Voth on my side. I just can't get used to that. I'm kind of going out on a limb here, but this may be the only time I've ever seen the Voth actually in a cooperative situation with us. I mean, yeah, I guess you can count the time they reinforced us on the Teray homeworld. But that was kind of pushing it as it was. That warp core might be useful. I'll have to double check.
The Home Office warned us against dealing with the Hazari. Should have heeded that warning. Without their shipment, our profit margin here is almost non-existent. Time to step away while we can. We no longer require your services. Rest assured, you will be compensated for your efforts here.
If you continue to work with us in the Delta Alliance, that will probably be just fine. And hey, give my good wishes to the Voth too. They were actually helpful. We'll grab the competitive marks again. Receiving word from Kinbar System Command. Looks like things have settled down here. We're ready to leave the system whenever you're ready, sir. Then let us depart. Now I'm almost reasonably certain that the next episode on the list is the big one. Yeah, time for the final battle. We do not have time for the final battle tonight. But we do have a couple other things that were on the list of things to do here that I hadn't gotten around to, so but it's going to be such a pain. So you know what? We're going to cheat. We're going to transwarp back to Kronos. And then, when we pick up the next mission, I can transwarp from Kronos back here. Yes, it's cheap, but hey, the devs put it in, I'm taking advantage. If they didn't want players to do stuff like that, they shouldn't have put it in the game. So we will beam down to First City. Step 1, mailbox. I got some stuff to retrieve, so I can sell them for credits. And I'm kind of the opinion that if it doesn't sell on the exchange the first time, I'm vendoring them. Hey, people had their chance. To be fair, I'm kind of surprised any of them sold, honestly. But you know what? A win is a win is a win. Unfortunately, I didn't heal anywhere near as much health as I was going to need for that endeavor. I needed 6,000. I got 720. Yeah, that just wasn't going to happen. Now, you can only retrieve attachments from your mail at a mailbox. That's why I had to wait until now. Okay, there's that warp core, so take items. Take items. And the things that didn't sell, a science kit and 3 mines. I am not surprised by any of that. Oh, yeah. Once I've taken the attachments, let's delete the mail too. There we go. So now that's out of the way. See, Blinky Blinky, an Admiralty mission wrapped up when I wasn't looking. Supply run. Get that out of the way and let's grab another Federation mission. Pirate blockade looks like it'll be entertaining. Let's get one of my heavy tactical boys out. Oh, and I just needed one ship to do it. Ooh, but it has an event reward, which means I'm kind of inclined to see what I can do to crank up that critical chance. And there we go, a 76% chance of a critical chance. Because, hey, if I can get an extra dilithium off of something, why not go for it? Is it still blinking green? Another one wrapped up. It must have literally just wrapped up. Cool. That means I've got another one I can grab off of. Oh, decisions, decisions. You look like the winner here. And you see the event reward here is 50,000 energy credits. Remember how many of those duty officer assignments I had that required 50,000 credits to purchase something or other? This is the kind of thing that makes it worthwhile. And I just need 1 science. So we'll try to critical that too. So right now I've got 491,000 credits. Numbers are going up. Okay, next step. Gonna hop over to the trade hall, which is this way. Gonna sell off some of that stuff. Here we are. Doesn't matter what I requisition because I'm going to sell. Sell, sell, sell. Science kit, Corton, plasma, tricobal. Just out of curiosity, is my warp core? Oh, I'm using an obelisk warp core, so this the obelisk warp core is probably better than what I'm using here. What's in here? It does have faster slipstream, but it's not like I've been actually using that. Same with the warp speed. Again, doesn't matter. No, looks like the obelisk core is better in every way, so we'll leave that alone. We are going to open up some of these empty boxes, though. Got Undine requisition, Delta, and I'm probably going to sell everything at some point. Oh, I forgot about that requisition. Oh yeah, might as well open it. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I can always just sell them. Except they have a value of 0. The things I do. It was an honest mistake. To Romulan, Undine. And is there any other boxes? Those are locked boxes, and that's something for the future. Maybe. Now, since I'm also here, I am currently at max level. Now, folks may recall, if you've been following from week to week to week, that this character is a Klingon recruit. That means he has this encrypted Klingon receiver, and he gets rewards for, you know, doing stuff like killing people out of ambush. Still have 150 some to go. And defeating warriors in melee, and that's got an even longer way to go. And all sorts of other stuff. And I've held off on grabbing a number of these rewards because they reward things like equipment of rare, very rare quality. And I wanted to make sure that they would be the maximum I could get. Well, here we are, the maximum I can get. So let's see what I can come up with here. Starting with my Hunter's Instinct reward, which would give me 3 consoles. Let's see if these consoles are worth anything. Oh, gotta hit the claim button. Must claim first. Stealth, Disruptor, Induction, and Neutronium. Well, the stealth is useless to me because I've never really seen any benefit to a stealth console. I'm sorry, it's true. So that's sales bait. And these are all bound to characters, so I'm going to be selling these if I can't use them. Now, the Disruptor Coil, that's something I can make use of. It's just a question of damage. This will give me plus 26.2 disruptor damage. 11, 13, 15, 20. So this tactical module, the 11% one, it go bye-bye. And we replace it with that one. And as for Neutronium, oh gee, damage resistance against everything. Well, you know, there's a lot to like about that. So, of course, this is 25%, and this one is 22%. So, while it gives me against everything, it is less. But you know what? Sometimes less is more. So we will do that replacement. Okay, so that takes care of the Warrior's Blood, the Hunter's Instinct. Unforgettable comes from the Endeavor XP, and, well, that's got a ways to go. Slaying enemies of the Empire. I've held off on these. These will give me Klingon equipment. So let's see what kind of Klingon equipment. Deflector dish, covariant shields, and disruptor blast assault weapon. I can see benefits on all of these. It's certainly a better deflector dish, so Bam, there it goes. Covariant shield. Well, to be fair, and I keep saying this, but it keeps being true. The Mark 6 shield I have is still a better capacity than this Mark 12 shield. Now, there are benefits to this shield. It has faster regeneration, slightly, and it reduces plasma and Tetrion damage. But you know, it's still not as good. And then we have a weapon. This is an exposed weapon, so I'm inclined to give it to someone who isn't. Siege! Congratulations! You are now the proud owner of this Disruptor Blast Assault Rifle. Okay, the next Klingon box. This one will have some really good stuff. 1,000 dilithium, 1 million energy credits. Man, how the heck did I ignore? Well, I ignored it because of the piece of Klingon equipment of either rare or very rare quality. Hyper impulse engines. But I don't know if I consider them better than the Dyson Solonane engines. Let's do a quick comparison here. Nope, nope, and nope. So, it sales. More credits. So now we've claimed all the stuff from slay your enemies and all that kind of thing. And now we have the final grouping, deeds worthy of song. And each one of these has equipment. So, number 1. Poor little computer still claiming, trying to figure out, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Oh. Oh, I just noticed something while I've been waiting here. I unlocked my Starship Mastery here. Built to last. Let's make sure that the Starship trait is slotted in. It is. Ooh, I got a few bits of equipment here. Lots of it. Ugh, but they look like Discovery era weapons. And I lost all my traits again. No wonder things were taking so long to kill. That's okay. I was reading a possible solution to that. More on that in a bit. Priorities first, however. We'll get back to that. As much as I hate to do it, though, I hate going to this Discovery era disruptor, but it's better than the weapon I'm using now. And once again, we have a shield that, doesn't hold a candle to my current shield. And then we have a turret, which I don't use. That's fair. Next. Another shield, photon torpedo launcher, and a deflector dish. Well, the torpedo launcher is definitely getting replaced. Let's see. Ship restoration. You know what? I'm actually going to go with this. And the reason for that is because shields and shield regeneration has been a problem ever since I went heavier into the Miracle Worker. I can't really afford to ignore that. And of course, we've already talked about the shields. Moving on. The Borg arc. What do we get from the Borg? Another disruptor beam. That's the big takeaway. I've got cannons, but I'm kind of iffy on that. And that deflector array is not the kind I would want to use. I'm pretty happy with the one I've got. New Romulus. What do you give me? As the computer goes, help me, I'm having trouble claiming everything. Why are you claiming all this all at the same time? I expect better out of a Klingon computer system. Work it out! Oh, well, that's going up. There we go. Lots of ground stuff on this one. That means I gotta take this one seriously. Armor. Well, that's Mark 13. He ain't replacing. He's a Mark 11, Mark 12. Oh, for heaven's sake, Siege, why are you wearing that garbage? Here, wear some good armor. How about weapons? What are you doing with this weapon? Oh, it's a fluidic one. Well, you know what? You can do better than that, can't you? Let's go with this compression pistol. Perfect. And Siege or Valkrov. No, I'm pretty happy with their weapons. And that brings us to our final, for now, completed arc. The Solanae arc. What will we get there? Dual disruptor beam bank. Well, you know what? We can actually probably use that. I prefer the arrays. But you know what? Being a Klingon is being adaptable. And these are dual pistols. You know what? No, I'm still not doing that. Valkrov, we're going to dual pistol you up. Oh, that was a nice bit of equipment gain there, wasn't it? So let's go and sell the garbage. And we go all the way to where it shows the... Oh. Gotta remember not to sell the plasma... Well, no, we sell that too. Yeah, some of these I'm getting nothing for because of the whole competitive thing, but... Oops. Don't get rid of that. Okay, and that is the list. That cleaned off inventory nicely. Let's take a moment to redo my traits again. Grumble, grumble, grumble. So I've got a rifle, so we'll take rifle training and take physical strength because of the batleth. Grenades for exposes. Hit 2 kit details. Add to exploit damage. Strike team and hit chance. Why not? For space, beam training is guaranteed. Impulse, warp core. I think the shield hit points are a must. I would take projectile damage, but half of my I've got one projectile. I just can't bring myself to do it. Living hull. And defense. Okay, now something I read somewhere recently is that maybe we can get everything locked in as far as traits go if I save it as a loadout. And what this will do is, in the future, if all my traits go away, theoretically, if I just select the loadout, it'll load all those traits back in. Theoretically. I don't know if it's going to work that way. But it might. Okay, we've got one more stop to make here. One more thing I want to do. And for that, I need to go to the exchange. Or, to be more precise, to the banks at the exchange. Ah, those poor Romulans sitting there with their lower legs chopped off. Oh, have pity for the disabled. Yeah, that's a glitch. They should be sitting on that bench, but they're not. So they look like disabled war veterans. Which is not that. This is really not a good place for them, really. On the other hand, those would be badges of honor for a Klingon. We are going to pull out that efficient impulse engine that I've kind of kept around for just such a reason. And then we're going to start using those upgrades I created. And we'll apply the upgrade and we'll see how we can do. So this one is upgraded to a level 8 now. And now we're going to try to upgrade it further. Only does about 29% per. Two will still do it. Apply the upgrade. And now it's level 9. So next up is level 10. I'm out of the upgrades I had there, but I do have, well, no, those are universal. So the next question is, do I want to use these? Well, this one says it doesn't gain additional functionality during upgrade weekend, so there's no point in saving that one. And of course, I don't do this character when it's an upgrade weekend, because I'm doing my streams in the middle of the freaking week. And this uses a single... Yeah, you know what? I really flubbed on here. I should have used this before I touched any of those other ones. Well, accidents happen. We're still going to go with it, though. Item is upgraded. So, how will this impact my ship? Right now I'm using these Solonate engines. And from the looks of it, it's pretty close actually, but it does have the benefit of being better full impulse. Why can I not equip it? Okay, something funny is going on here. Let's close everything up here. Walk away from the bank. Why is this not loading in? Now see, this is a problem. There's nothing special about this engine here. It can't be a question of level, because it's looking for Dahar Master, and I am a Dahar Master, max level. There should be no reason why I cannot use this. Not just for giggles. Now that replaced. Oh. I know why. It's because I'm an idiot. I'm trying to put it in the freaking warp engine section. I is not smart. Now we're good. Ugh. I really am my worst enemy. You know what though? Since I have one of those upgrade modules, let's do one more interesting upgrade, shall we? This extremely high-end Romulan shield at a mere Mark 6, which has given me 8100 maximum shield capacity. How much better would it be if I applied the ultimate upgrade to it? 9537. Let's do it. So now, thanks to various skills and all that, this is giving me a shield capacity of 14,000. 14,000. It's insane. I love it. We'll see how well that does when we go up against the Vaadwaur for what will hopefully be the final battle. And that final battle will occur next week, for we have hit the end of the line for tonight. Next week, final battle against the Vaadwaur. Maybe. It'll be next Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. If you've enjoyed today's stream and you want to see me play a different game, I also stream Star Citizen on Saturday afternoons, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight, or for that matter, if you were watching this video on demand, either here on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm always glad to have people stop by, always glad to chat with folks and see what you gotta say. So, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.